Welcome to Native News, your look on important issues for Native Americans and non-Natives alike. Diabetes hits especially hard on Native Americans. On this edition of Native News, help from a man leading the path to a cure, who was recognized worldwide as a leader in diabetes research and treatment. Native News goes out looking for answers and help, the help that can save your life. It's known as the silent killer. An epidemic many don't even know they have until it's too late. Silent, because diabetes can remain undetected for months, even years. For Native Americans, diabetes is one of the largest health problems. It affects nearly every family.
I have a stake in it because I am diabetic. My family on my mom's and dad's side had they were diabetic, and I see just problems after problems on every reservation. That I see missing limbs. I see people dying at a young age because of complications attributed to diabetes.
And I have a lot of family that are diabetes right now and getting hit by diabetes, and I have some family members that died from it. So yeah, this is a good cause.
The Miccosukee tribe is fighting back, working with world-renowned research centers like the South Florida's Diabetes Research Institute. This golf fundraiser was sponsored by the Miccosukee tribe to benefit the DRI as they search for a cure.
And it appears there is something about genetic risk that is present in Native Americans on both North and South America that increases their likelihood of getting type 2 diabetes.
While Indians suffer from a genetic curse, lifestyle and obesity can also cause diabetes. Lousy carb-heavy eating habits, dependence on fast food and junk food, and the widespread inactivity of these increasingly digital generation also play a major role in the spread of diabetes. In an election year focused on exploding healthcare costs, diabetes and obesity are huge contributors to those very costs. And diabetes is not only killing members of Native communities, but also Americans in general.
It's a combination of genetics and environment. That's true for all forms of diabetes in all populations. There has to be a genetic predisposition, and then our societal things, in the case of current Americans, be they Native Americans or otherwise, everybody is getting fatter and more sedentary.
The Centers for Disease Control estimates that diabetes epidemic will only grow. By 2050 fully, 1 in 3 Americans will have some form of diabetes. Now, New York City's Mayor Michael Bloomberg is hoping to slow down the spread of diabetes and obesity in a controversial way. Mayor Bloomberg wants to ban the sale of sugary beverages over 16 ounces in any of New York's restaurants, delis, movie theaters, or vending carts. He told reporters, obesity is a nationwide problem and all over the United States. Public health officials are wringing their hands saying, oh, this is terrible. New York City is not about wringing your hands. It's about doing something. Many support the anti-obesity and diabetes crusade, like former President Bill Clinton, who told CNN, it's basically too much sugar going into the body. We can't process it all. And if you get rid of this giant full of sugar drinks and make people have smaller portions, it will help. Celebs are also weighing in. Longtime New Yorker Alec Baldwin warns, many of these people who cry loudest about measures like the one Bloomberg has proposed are probably sick too. Hooked on high fat, high sodium, and high sugar diets who don't want their drug taken away.
I mean, it's kind of a drastic measure, but it really brings attention to what's going on in corporate America, the pursuit of profit, things like that. So it's kind of like an activist thing to do. It's almost, for me, like performance art, a little bit provocative, and it's going to get people's attention and get people thinking in the right direction.
Houston Cypress is an artist and a Miccosukee tribal member, who also executive produces this very program. Cypress says Bloomberg is creating controversy on purpose, drawing attention to diabetes, the explosion of portion sizes, and the overabundance of fast food in a deliberately controversial way. Cyprus is all for calling attention to diabetes, but doesn't think a ban on large sodas would achieve much on reservations. Talk? Sure, it would achieve plenty of that, but Cyprus stresses if Indians want something, they will get it by driving or walking great distances, whatever it takes. Cyprus is a realist when it comes to policing behavior. It won't work, he says, unless the desire to change is genuine and motivated from within, not from some outsider or authority. Experts like Dr. Jay Schuyler agrees.
I have this discussion with patients all the time. They say, I don't really have time for activity. And I said to one fellow yesterday, I said, what you and your wife need to do is figure out what activity you can enjoy together. I don't care if it's swimming or bicycling or just walking or going to the gym together, whatever it is, find something that you can do together so you can enjoy each other while you're doing it.
Natives are learning about diabetes, why their bodies don't process the modern fatty, carb-loading foods so different from their original diet. How serious a problem is obesity and diabetes? We'll look at that in our next Native News. Here's a not-so-subtle hint from one of the top diabetes minds in the world, Dr. Jay Schuyler.
This is a real nightmare that's brewing, and I think the only way we can really get a handle on it is we've got to get our kids to be more active again. We've got to get people to watch what they eat and cut down on the calories and really try to get rid of this obesity inactivity epidemic that's going to destroy this country.
We've come to the end of our show. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to leave a Facebook comment or on our Twitter to let us know what you think. Here on Make It Sticky Magazine TV, a portal between worlds.